What is the smallest pettiest hill you'll still die on? Before placing a Ziploc bag in the refrigerator or freezer, squeeze the air out of the bag. I don't know why my wife doesn't, and one day I'll have to make a choice. Don't wave me through the four-way stop to be nice. Just take your goddamn turn. Yep, I was driving on a straight road. To my right was a guy exiting a parking lot. To my left, a woman had inexplicably stopped her car and waved the guy through. So he exited the parking lot, points directly into the path of my car, and I T-boned him. He had completely focused on the woman waving him through, and in fact both the woman and the man claimed to the cops that I was in the wrong because she had stopped and waved him through. I told the cops I was going straight on a straight road. The right of way was clearly mine, but the two idiots kept insisting that somehow two people agreeing to let one of them be waved through somehow trumps all other traffic on the road. Bank of America charged me $2 for a miscellaneous charge. In 1997, I called to ask what it was for, because there was no reason. The lady on the phone said, "Well, I can't tell you, because it is miscellaneous." I asked her to then please reverse it, and she refused. I pulled all three of my accounts from them, and moved them to a credit union, and ever since, full stop, refuse to have a damn thing with that company. Adding s at the end of a word does not make it plural. I've seen it in ads, I've seen it on signs, I've even seen it on a flyer someone wrote advertising their services as a writer. People walk around like it's normal, out in the street, saying that they have 14 chickens, like monsters. I will die on this hill over and over until my assembled corpses make it into a slightly bigger hill. When a kid has a birthday, only he gets to blow out the candles. It infuriates me to my very soul when I see other kids try to blow them out. The only thing worse is when adults let them. I saw a video years ago on here where a teenager was doing that to a little kid. The parents kept relighting the candles, but they wouldn't do anything about the older child. It was so infuriating to watch. What a crappy thing to do to a child on his birthday. Fish is meat. I had one friend who would not let it go and argued that it was not, and it was just fish so much that it became a running joke. When you're inside it's the floor, when you are outside it's the ground. If moths like to hang around lights so much, why don't they just come out during the day? Sidewalk and hallway traffic should move like road traffic. Stick to the side of the sidewalk or hallway based on the direction you are going. I will not move out of my way for you if you are walking on the wrong side. Back up at cash registers. You don't need to be spelunking in but before the cashier even hands me my receipt. Afterwards, maybe we can talk about making something happen, but while at the register I want my personal space. It is possible to look at something on a grocery store shelf without blocking the whole aisle. Looking at you, shoppers in a certain Aldi this afternoon. So many people, movies and TV shows misuse the phrase divide and conquer. It doesn't mean to split up and attack on multiple fronts, which is a horrible idea for military strategy on the grand scale of armies. It means to divide your enemy and conquer them one by one. Use the left lane for passing and then get back into the doggone right lane. Grew up in Germany, where that's enforced on the autobahn. American left lane hogs drive me nuts. Especially when they go 5 miles under the speed limit. What's the friggin' point? I broke off a relationship because she honestly thought the earth was only 2017 years old. It was of course back in 2017. No matter how many articles I pulled forward, and no matter how many facts I provided for her, she was in complete denial that the earth could be about 4.5 billion years old. She wasn't raised in a Christian household or any type of religious household really, nor did she ever say anything about herself being religious. I talked to her parents about it, and they never understood why she thought the way she did. I'm still baffled over it, and she thought I was being the pettiest man alive. Don't talk with your mouth full of food. Maybe it's just me, but I don't want to see partially chewed food in your mouth. I work at a wedding and banquet company. We were having this wedding that was around 100 to 120 people, and it was pretty crowded. This uncle, around 40 to 60, was sitting near the middle of the floor where all the servers walk through to bus tables. I was sweeping the floor when the man locked eyes with me, grabbed his wine glass full of white wine, and poured it all over the floor. I was shocked. He started laughing with his friends while motioning me to clean it up. I cleaned it up, yes, but when he was getting appetizers, I stole all his cutlery for dinner. I never gave it back. When you empty the ice cube tray, you fill it up again. It's common sense. Don't put it on the counter. Don't put it back empty in the freezer. Sorry wife, but it drives me bonkers. If you're the type of person that leaves huge messes when you eat out and don't even attempt to at least tidy it for the person that has to collect it because it's THIJOB!! You have the most unfounded sense of entitlement of anyone around you. That doesn't absolve you from being a rude, filthy human being and not being considerate of others. Fake pockets only function as to frustrate people. Why would you put fake pockets when you can actually have real pockets and still look the same? Why can't I place a bag in the bagging area? Aholic is a suffix to mean someone who is addicted to something. Alcoholics are addicted to alcohol. Workaholics are addicted to workahol. Children deserve free school meals. I don't care if it's the parents' job to feed them. Sometimes for whatever reason the parents are not feeding them, and the only ones being punished by not providing free school meals is the children. Your lack of understanding of basic science is perfectly acceptable, but it doesn't excuse your willful ignorance when someone explains it. Rinse your dishes. Few things more aggravating than tomato sauce or mashed potatoes glued to a bowl because no one wanted to load the dishwasher or do the dishes in a timely manner. If the mail says Mr. and Mrs. husband's first and last name, I will not touch it. I took his last name, not his first. If his mom wants to keep sending stuff to me addressed to him, that's fine, but I'm not dealing with it. When people hold the door for you while you're far away, but they're looking at you and waiting, so you have to do a stupid run and smile and thank them. Ghosting on anything. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you can't, don't leave a person hanging. I don't care if it's a romantic interlude, a business agreement, or even just a casual hang with friends. Be respectful, damn it. I work in food. One thing that pisses me off is when customers see my outstretched hand and they'll lay their money on the counter. So when I go to give them their change and their hand is out and open, I'll purposefully lay all the money and their receipt on the counter instead of in their hand. And before any of you come for me and say booty this has been happening since before COVID and will continue after COVID. But for the love of all that is good and holy, if you see me with my hand out, just hand me the money. When companies try to advertise items for 99 cents, but instead write 99 cents instead of $0.99. One is less than a penny and the other is 99 cents. Write it correctly.